it is that time. We got another Dumbo job for you guys. Oh. Bang! Dude, they pulled the whole thing out. Oh yeah, I was spraying an open shop and I didn't get a single speck of dirt in my paint job, and yeah, because I'm just so perfect. Guys, that never happened. Mario Colbert, Speedokote Finish Network. All right, guys, it is that time. It is that time. It's been a while. We got another Dumbo job for you guys. For those of y'all that are new to the channel, when I say this is a Dumbo job, that means it's very cheap. We got this here beater car. This is Brandon's beater car. This is a little daily runner, go-getter. Putting the cheapest, absolute cheapest paint job possible on this car. Still using automotive products. We're not using no tractor paint or Rust-Oleum or any of that garbage. It doesn't last. Very straightforward job. Brandon actually brought me the car almost fully sanded. Sanded everything with 600 grit. He did a great job. It looks very smooth. Look at that sheen. Look at that sheen, guys. That's what you want before you put your base coat down. It's going to give you a really smooth paint job. However, we still got some body work on this door. We're just going to make it a little bit less wavy than what it is now. Big old hunk of metal missing in the rear quarter panel. Yes, we're gonna fiberglass it. No, this is not worth cutting metal out and blah, 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 doing all that crap. Nope, we're gonna scratch it, pave it, shave it, spray it. That's it, done. I'm gonna put the camera down. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get wrapped up with the prep, and we'll catch you guys on the paint side. Alright guys, so the first thing I like to do when knocking out one of these paint jobs is just go around with the hammer, start hammering down your high spots, okay? And then, you know, from there, you can just start filling everything. So if you just do everything in one systematic, you know, rhythm, this can go by really quick. We got the Speedokote SF5003 filler. This is a premium gold filler, very silky, very smooth, spreads on like butter. Love it, been using it for years. This is like a hybrid filler. It's like a hybrid between a glazing putty and an actual, like, you know, heavy duty body filler. You know, that's made to fill. It's like a perfect happy medium. You can really kind of spread it out to a nice clean feather edge and sand it to a really nice feather edge for finishing work. Now we are framing, this is called framing out your rust repair. We're going to jam pack it with U-Pole, Fiberall Light. Now, according to the manufacturer, you can bridge holes with this product. It is specifically designed to bridge holes, okay? So those of y'all doing these little cheap little, you know, Dumbo jobs out there, hey, U-Pole came out with a product. You know, you can whack and pack and, you know, get your ride all in one piece, no holes, good to go. When it comes to your body work, what I like to do is I like to grab the Speedokote 40 grit sandpaper. We sell it on the website. Knock that filler down right before it starts to kind of fully harden. Knock it down mostly flat. Walk away. Okay? Then let it fully harden up and then sand it the rest of the way with 80 grit. We are cutting and razor blading the edge on that filler repair on the quarter panel. That way it's not like stuck to the bumper. So back to the body filler. Once you sand it with 40 and get it mostly flat, sand it with 80. We're just kind of going back over it with another skim coat, just trying to get it a little bit straighter than what it is. We're not going to get this thing perfect, but, you know, a second coat, just kind of skim it on there, going over some more of the lows, and, you know, getting it somewhat straight. We're not going for perfection. Another nice tool I would recommend for you DIY guys is a cheap paintless dent and repair kit off of Amazon. This is from Vivor. Okay. Now, the nice thing about this is, even though, yeah, we are technically painting this car, so this is not a paintless dent repair, but this is a repair tool that you can use to pull out like a dent in the middle of a panel, and you pull it out, boom, just like that. And then look, now all we got to do is sand it and paint it. Okay, no, we're not doing any body work. You know, we already got the body work on the door. So that tool can really kind of help shave down on your body work time, guys. This quarter panel repair actually came out like way better than I was expecting. We put a skim coat of the unfortunately discontinued Speedokote SMR 15. Was amazing stuff. We're working on a replacement. Don't you worry, guys. We're gonna get you guys another finishing putty. Don't worry about it. Now we're going over the body work just really quick with, you know, an aerosol can. You know, a job like this, I was honestly just too lazy to grab some primer and mix it up. So I had the can right on the shelf, shake it up, and pile it on there. We did two coats. This is like a coat and a half. We did one kind of light coat and then went straight back over with a heavy coat. Now for the quarter panel, I definitely want my primer to stick, so we're doing a spit and wipe with the Dole energy drink juice. This is going to add some vitamins to our repair area, and also it's got a little sugar in it, so it's going to create that kind of like tacky texture to it, which is going to help our primer stick really well. And then the vitamins are going to add a little bit of nutrition to that repair, so it's nice and healthy for a long time. Once you kind of get the car looking like this is where you're pretty much ready to start washing it and cleaning it, you know, before paint. A pressure washer is highly recommended from Marco from Speedokote Refinish Network. This is going to blow out all of the dirt and grime and all that other stuff. It's going to shoot that soap in those cracks and crevices, and then you're going to blast it out with water. This will really help you guys get a cleaner paint job at home, and pressure washers are not that expensive. Sometimes you can get these things on sale for, you know, $100 or $90. Definitely consider buying one for a paint job. What do you think, Brandon?
Not bad.
Breakfast of Champions right here, baby. Yeah. See, a lot of y'all in the blue-collar industry and the auto body industry think it's extremely hard to stay in shape and eat healthy. $10. Wawa. Egg white, spinach, pickles, sliced provolone cheese, a little bacon. It's not the best for you, but... All right, we're back at the shop the next morning. We're going to go ahead. Everything sat overnight, so hopefully dried out pretty good. We're going to mask it up. Now, what I do is for masking, I throw one really long piece of 18-inch across the whole window. I cut it, and then I go ahead and just fill in the gaps with tape, and I tape the bottom half. This is the easiest way I find to tape your car at home. It's not the prettiest, but it is the quickest way to get it done. Now, we're going to take our reducer. We're going to wipe our wheel wells. And then we're just going to go ahead and back tape with paper and tape. And that is the easiest way to get that taped up. So we're going to get ready to start painting now. We're all taped up, ready to go. We got the medium activator with the SMR 1150. We're using slow reducer. It was 70 degrees. Slow is probably good enough for 70 degrees. We're spraying with the Black Spider, exclusively only available to my subscribers. I'll put a directions below on how you can order one of these. Really good spray gun, atomizes really well, makes really easy work of painting. Honestly, out of all the guns I've manufactured and made, this is probably one of the best ones yet, I find, for full body painting. It works really well, atomizes great. The Speedokote Jet Black is also working in our favor. Super fast coverage. Now, granted, we're already painting over a black car, and we're just kind of, you know, getting everything one shade of black because, you know, this car was in a couple accidents, been repainted before, I'm assuming. But, you know, this is pretty much like a one-coat job with the base. So, you know, as you guys can see, when you have a super good quality spray gun, you're using a nice PPS system to reduce your risk of contamination. You have the best paint in the world. It makes painting your car a breeze. Check out how good this paint is covering and laying down. I'm holding the camera for you guys, trying to get you guys some first point of view. It is covering over those little burn through spots we had in sanding in one coat. Okay, and that spray gun is atomizing that paint beautifully. Just look at it going down and laying smoothly on the surface, setting us up for a smooth paint job once we put on the clear coat. Because you guys got to remember, the smoother your base coat goes down, and I say this almost every paint job, the smoother your base coat goes down, the smoother the clear coat is going to look that you put on top of it. A lot of guys, you know, even I've seen in the professional world, oh, this clear coat reduces your orange peel. This clear coat is the best for less orange peel. Guys, it's not the clear coat. It is not the clear coat. It is everything that is underneath of it. Get it right like that? That is how this works, okay? We are putting $79 clear coat over top of a $3,000 car with minimal bodywork, minimal whatever. But look at how smooth and flat and amazing and glossy that clear coat's going down on the first coat. Why? We sanded the previous surface with 600 grip, okay? Got it ultra smooth. Then we used the right speed reducer with the base. The right speed reducer is everything in a paint job. If you cannot get down, you have to be able to walk out of your door in the morning and be like, I think I'm going to use slow today. You have to know that, okay? So I always tell people, if you're unsure, always go with the next step slower. So if you think it's a medium reducer day, go with slow. If you think it's a slow reducer day, go with extra slow. We are one of the only manufacturers that sell that. Now, the hiccup with this job is I did miss the mark with the activator and the clear coat. I should have went with a slow activator for the clear. This clear coat, I haven't sprayed a full car with it in probably about 2 years. I forgot how quickly it dries in fast, how quickly it dries in really hot weather. Anything above 65 to 70, this clear coat zap dries. It dries ridiculously quick, which is not a terrible thing, guys. I mean, this is great. Brandon actually drove home this car the same day. We literally sat this car out in the sun and let it bake for a couple hours. We went, got some food, got some lunch, came back. He drove the car home after it baked out in the sun for like 3 hours. Drove the car home the same day. This is one of the only clear coats in the world you're probably going to be able to do that with. So really good product. But we're putting on the second coat now. This is kind of where the magic happens. This clear coat, I really do advise you go with 3 coats of clear, but we had about a quart to maybe 2 quarts of clear left after spraying the whole car. We did not have enough to spray a third complete coat over the entire car. So we stopped at 2 coats. But even 2 coats of this clear, guys, I mean, it looks really well. If we would have put more time into the prep and the sanding and the bodywork and really actually cared about this paint job, we could have gotten this car to come out even better than what it did. We were just painting this car, guys. The story behind this car, this is Brandon's personal car. We were just trying to get it cleaned up to sell it. That is literally it. He's not keeping this car. This isn't his pride and joy. This isn't his baby. We just said, hey, we're going to shoot some fresh paint on it. We're going to shoot some fresh clear on it, fix a couple dents here and there, and kick it on down the road. Guys, so that wraps it up for the Dumbo job.
We had a lot of fun. It was a little bit aggravating working with the clear coat. We did select a little bit too fast of an activator. The first time, I think I've sprayed the SMR 1150 in hotter temps, spraying a full car. However, the second coat, we just kind of put it on a little wetter to try and just flow it out. And as a result of that, you know, I'm not gonna hide the mistakes. You know, we did get, you know, a couple sags. These aren't like full-blown runs. They're just, you know, little sag here and there, you know, nothing crazy. Honestly, we could honestly just let the car go like this, and Brandon wouldn't care. I don't care. This was a cheap $100 paint job. The clear coat was $80, and we used literally maybe 30 ounces of jet black base coat, which is, it works out to maybe 20 or 30 bucks in base coat. You know, I do these videos on purpose, okay? Brandon did not tack cloth this car. Wax and grease remover, barely went over it. I'm not even gonna consider that wax and grease removing because we didn't even do it properly. So I'm gonna say no wax and grease remover, no tack cloth. We didn't even wet the floor. The floor is loaded with dust, loaded. I just wanted to show you DIYers out there, hey, this is us doing literally everything wrong. And this is the results we got. So if you got a Saturday afternoon and a Sunday afternoon, and you got a little beater car like this, and you're trying to, you know, spruce it up and make it look a little bit better, you know, this is the results you can get, and this is acceptable. Cheap little, you know, $2,000-$3,000 Dumbo car, you know, you can get off of Facebook Marketplace for, you know, $2,000, $1,500. Maybe you get a little cheaper because it needs a paint job. You put one on it and kick it on down the road. This is us literally doing everything wrong. I bet you some of you, you know, a lot of you DIYers out there, if y'all were to actually do everything right, you know, you could probably get even better results than this. Jet black base coat, as usual, guys, you know, covers amazing. We did one really light, just kind of like Dumbo coat, and then we hit it up with kind of like a wetter coat. Everything covered really well. I would say if we were to really hammer on it, we could have gotten the whole car covered in one coat of black. That's how the Speedokote paints cover. It's one coat and done pretty much for the most part. And we only did 2 coats of the SMR 1150. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough to do a 3rd coat. So we kind of just hammered it on at 2 and we called it good. And overall, me and Brandon are both very happy with literally not doing anything right, you know, just kind of just extremely minimal effort. Just, hey, blast it with some paint, get it all one color, get it looking good from 10, 20 feet away, and, you know, done. So overall, you know, very, you know, respectable for just this was literally, Brandon, what would you say? This is like a one-day paint job? I would say this is like a one-day paint job, you know. Definitely could have wet the floor to reduce the amount of dirt that we got in the paint. We were just kind of rushing and really just wanted just to get this thing done. We didn't want to have to worry about getting water in the paint because we were running around this thing so quick. So, you know, but if you really cared about your car and you wanted to do a better job than we did, tack cloth, wax and grease remove it, wet the floor down, and put on a full 3 coats of clear, okay? You know, 3 coats of clear, DIY, it is a must. It is a must do. Those guys out there in a spray booth, they can get away with 2 coats of clear. Why? Because they're usually not wet sanding and buffing. Why? Because most of the time, they don't get dirt and trash in the paint, so they don't have to wet sand and buff. If you're a DIYer, you're spraying in your little at-home garage, whatever, you know, you have to do a minimum of 3 coats of clear. That way you have the material, the millage, to shave it down and wet sand and buff it, because you are going to get dirt in your paint. Guys out there that say, oh yeah, I sprayed an open shop and I didn't get a single speck of dirt in my paint job, and yeah, because I'm just so perfect. Guys, that never happens. If you're spraying an open shop, you will get nibs here and there. Even if they're just small nibs, you're going to get nibs. Doesn't matter. I don't care how godly you think you are at painting cars and this and that. If you're spraying an open shop, you're going to get nibs. You have to do 3 coats of clear, bottom line. That would be my only other recommendation is a full 3 coats of clear. And that goes across the board for any DIY job, whether it's a Dumbo job, whether it's a, I mean, if it's a Dumbo job, 2 coats of clear. But if it's like, if you guys actually care, you know, 3 coats of clear definitely will help, you know, get things looking a little nicer. But that wraps it up for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are looking for the best, most user-friendly auto body and detail products in the world, there's one place you need to go, www.speedokote.com. They have everything you guys need start to finish, including everything you guys saw in this video, to get your projects done. While you're there, select me as your sales rep, Marco. All the proceeds will go to the YouTube channel and help us continue to produce awesome, cool videos like this. Catch you guys on the next one.